kind of go through some these questions at the end. If you guys have any questions, Cody's here also. If anybody has like needs help getting on their phones or computers, that kind of stuff as well. You know, the new 365. Here, but probably good to kind of go over some things as far as just general overall cybersecurity awareness goes. You guys probably all got invites this week for the new security awareness training platform. It's all configured 365, so you don't have another passage to remember, but every week it'll be micro training available. It's like 2 to 3 minutes afterwards. It's not all business security stuff either. There's some stuff that you might be able to use like in your personal lives. So take that, find some stuff that's absolutely no good. Let us know. But it's a kind of an automated feed that we've partnered with a vendor that we think provides really good content. There is annual training available as well. So you guys are probably also assigned the 2024 training. The 2025 training is coming out 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever it is. So each of those are a little bit longer form. You can stop and take those, stop and start as you have time, whatever you guys want there. So don't dedicate a whole full 45 minutes or an hour to that training. Take it kind of small bit. So as far as cybersecurity awareness goes in general, just wanted to talk about a few things. You know, awareness is obviously a big part. Prevention is try to prevent as much as you can, but you can't fix people clicking on things. So awareness comes into effect there. And then there's also a component of this for your personal life as well, right? I mean, if you're using your personal phone to access business email, you want to make sure that you're on up and up on that as far as security goes. Awareness, we kind of classify that with the security awareness training. So the platform that you guys are given access to, so you can take those micro trainings and stuff like that. We're also going to be doing some phishing simulations. You may have seen maybe phishing emails in the past. We're going to start sending more. I guess if that's the right way to say it. But there's simulations of stuff that's coming from us, trying to get you on clicks, on links, opening attachments, logging into different things, that kind of stuff. You'll report, it will let you know that you shouldn't have clicked on it. If you do click on a link that we have sent or an email that we sent maliciously, there's also going to be a button in your Outlook that says catch fish. It will pop up in your Outlook on the right hand side. We'll do a quick analysis of the email and say, we'll throw confetti if we sent it, like good catch, good job type thing. But if it's legit, like we didn't send it, it'll let you hit next and it'll do a full analysis of the email. So you can kind of see that the sender doesn't match or where, you know, what's wrong with this email. And maybe it's a legit email from a legit person. If you still don't want to click it at that point, send it off to us. And we'll have one you can look at it too for some kind of human analysis type stuff. But those phishing simulations are going to be, I don't want to say super frequent, but they're going to be, it's going to be one a week pretty much, and then an extra one every month. No one's going to get the same one. Back in the day when we started doing this, everybody got the exact same email at 10 o'clock on a Tuesday. Everybody just be able to get that fake, so everybody just delete it. So it's a random, everybody gets a different email throughout different times of the week. Dark web monitoring is important and starting to become kind of required on a lot of cyber security insurance forms. And what that's doing is it's a tool that's scouring the dark web databases for any of your guys. Anything that has cityofasbury.com as a email address, it's going to notify that mailbox. So mine's Kurt at cityofasbury.com. It's going to send me an email and say, hey, your information was found in a data breach on this website. Your first, last social security number, email address, birthday, you know, whatever information they can find, they're going to tell you that they found it in this breach. There's nothing you can do about it. You'll automatically be assigned kind of a remediation training in our training portal to let you know like it's kind of what you should probably do with this stuff. But like I said, there's not a lot you can do. Some of these breaches do have passwords in them. And if your password is in that breach, maybe it was like MyFitnessPal, right? You're gonna want to remember what you use for MyFitnessPal and then think about where else you use that password. Or maybe it's here for your email, maybe it's at home on your Facebook account, that kind of stuff. Go and change that everywhere. Definitely on MyFitnessPal if someone's got it. Everywhere else that you've used it. The bad guys are gonna see your email address and they're gonna see that password, and they're gonna try it everywhere. That they know that you've used any sort of service whatsoever. So, password hygiene is also very important. Prevention, we're trying to stop as much as we can with a lot of these tools. So we're kind of throwing some stuff at you guys that you might not see in the back end. Block on, unauthorized access. Make sure that you're using multi-factor authentication is number one. Might have been a pain this week for some of you, or last week or the week before when we kind of cut everything over. We started enforcing multi-factor authentication kind of across our entire client base. Microsoft says it blocks 99.9% of their compromises in the email system. So even if somebody does have your password, they're getting prompted for that code, right? They don't have access to it. Some of the multi-factor authentication methods you may have seen, it might just be like answering a yes or a no, which is good. It makes it a little bit easier, it's a little more user friendly. The problem with that, which is the yes or no type thing, is that somebody's going to get 25 notifications at 2 a.m. in the morning and roll over the phone's thing, and they're going to say no, and they say no, and they say no. Like, it must be my computer at work. I'm just going to hit yes. And now the bad guys have access. So try to use the multi-factor authentication methods where you can take a code that is on your phone and punch it into the computer. And never pay attention to those or never authenticate those unless you're taking an action. If you're getting prompted for it, then yeah, it's you, right? If you ever get an email or a text, it's just like your bank account, right? Once in a while you get a text message like, hey, this trying to Bank of America's text message here. Just delete it. Don't take any action. No one's going to call you and ask you for that code ever. That's why it says in those messages, do not answer the phone or don't give this code out for me over the phone kind of stuff. The bad guys are, they have your username, they have your password, they're logging in, it's waiting on their screen for your code. They call you, you give it to them on the phone, they punch it in and now they have access. Everything to do. Email security is very important. We're going to be rolling out a new email security platform that's going to put banners at the top of every single email you guys receive. Blue, green, yellow, red, that kind of stuff. It kind of be like a stop light. Oh, I need to stop and not take action on any of this stuff. Or maybe order out the cost for analysis, that kind of thing. Or maybe it's a good email that we misclassified. We do it good, so the next time we can put it. So, as much as we can try to, block the bad stuff is blocked as well. So make sure that you're aware of that. Password management. Is anybody using a password manager at all? Their personal lives at all? I've been using LastPass. We're using it as the company, and it allows each of us to have our own little vault of passwords. Maybe you're using sticky notes. Maybe you're using Excel files. Maybe you're using the same password for everything. Password managers allow you to kind of remember one password as your master password to get into the password vault. And then inside of there, you can have unique passwords for everything. Password generator, put in percentage signs, uppercase letters and numbers and all that stuff. And it'll autofill on those websites. You don't have to type any of that stuff in. You go to office.com, we'll say, Kurt's password here is going to pop it in, and hit next, and it goes. So password management is pretty key. We had a client that wasn't using one. They were putting everything on a password Excel file and sending it back and forth to their employees. So there's a ton of copies of that file everywhere in everybody's inbox. One person gets compromised, they got access to all the bank accounts, other emails, that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of risks involved in sharing that stuff digitally if you're not using more of a secure vault. Endpoint network security is also very important. So we've got EDR, endpoint detection response on all your computers. Back in the day, you used to have like a virus, antivirus type of thing. EDR is more of a kind of antivirus on steroids. It's more preventative than the reactionary antivirus as well. And then network security is making sure your wireless passcodes are up to date, that you're rotating them periodically. You get devices that'll scan the network 24/7 for anything that's going on inside the network, whether it's on the guest network, the internal network, or employee Wi-Fi, that kind of stuff. There's a lot of different things you can do on the network side of things, so pipe things down as well. Access management, we started using conditional access at 365 to block different types of access. Primarily right now is non-USA access. So you guys will start seeing that. I mean, you might never ever see it if you never leave the States. Well, this is a big thing because the multi-factor is satisfied by a bad guy. They're probably gonna try right away to log in from the Philippines or somewhere overseas that's not USA. And we're gonna block that by. With that, let us know before you're traveling, take a vacation, or you're going on a trip to Aruba or something like that. We'll allow just you to have access. Or forget to tell us. We'll have access to you. Sorry.
So who's gonna go on vacation overseas and check the city email? Not me.
So that's good. That way we know we're blocking all that. One of the things we saw actually a couple of weeks ago was, the user had clicked on an email, put in their password, hit the good, yes, this is me, put in their corporate MFA, and it went to the blank page. That was a malicious page. It wasn't good. It looked like a 365 login page, but it was not. The bad guys then took that, essentially it's a token, like a cookie on a website, and they just put that on their computer in Russia. And they just went to Office 365 expecting it to auto log in. It was blocked because of the non-USA access policy that we had set. Great. All they did then was VPN. They connected to somewhere in the States, thinking that, oh, these guys probably have non-USA access blocked. The VPN in Virginia into a data center that was a known bad data center. We've seen malicious activity coming from this IP address before, and we blocked it there as well. They had kind of an advanced security package that it was blocked. We actually took that user, blocked all logins for that user, reset their password, reset all their multi-factor authentication methods, like all their cell phones that they were using, and then revoke every single session that they had. So the user had to call up like immediately and said, none of my emails. Like, well, you clicked on the link 10 minutes ago, they gave bad guys access, so we stopped, cut everything off. And now we'll reset your password. So the physical security is important to do, and it gives that door access and stuff like that. Stuff that it's not necessarily cyber control, but it is also probably connected to the Wi-Fi or wired in, that kind of stuff that's on the network. So you gotta make sure you're monitoring that kind of stuff as well. Make sure access with me. Read the employment. Personal cybersecurity. Just a couple of tips. For your personal email and cloud storage. Some people have OneDrive at home, email stuff like that. Make sure it's protected by multi-factor authentication. You know, use MFA just for work. Use it on everything you can. You're gonna stop 99% of the attacks. Try to use a password manager. We really got a network password. They got a TH online password. They got a password for Facebook, all that kind of stuff. Try to keep it in a password manager and never use the same password. Don't increment 1992, 1993, 1994. Keep things totally unique across the board. And then try to secure your home networks. A lot of the stuff is coming secure by default. Like if you buy a router, Best Buy, it comes with something. You know, it's got passkeys on it, stuff like that. Things like hang on and also the comment stuff secure by default. Or you can change those passcodes on your own. Make sure things are locked down. Don't leave your guest Wi-Fi out password off to anybody, your friends. They have 5 feet, right? They leave and change it. So you want to. Any questions on any of that stuff? I kind of burned through a lot of it. I want to make sure we have time for Q&A. I'll show you just a couple of examples here. About a month and a half ago, this actually happened at Managed Solutions Group. We had a C-level impersonation. Someone tried to impersonate Michael Maloney, who's a part owner of our business. So what this was is ZipRecruiter accounting. You can see this in the highlighted area here. Emailed our accounting department and said, "Hey, Michael told me to do this. Please remit, payment. You guys haven't paid this yet, right?" So you can see it's from ZipRecruiter accounting, but the address is totally not even legit, right? Go down to the next email. This is the email they sent, and below it, in the same exact email, they fabricated an email from Michael. says from Michael Maloney, michael.maloney@managedsystems.com, sent on this day to ziprecruiter.com. And this is whole email. They put it in their own signature for Michael as well. And then below that even, it shows that Keith emailed Michael and said, I need this payment. And then Michael says, hey, talk to accountant. And then they talk to accountant. So if accounting's not on their game, they look at this and they say, oh, Keith and Michael have been going back and forth and we'll approve this. I'm just gonna go ahead and satisfy whatever they wanted to in their email. But our accounting department saw this and they said, this is a weird email. So they forwarded it to me to take a look at. And looking at this, I highlighted all these sections here that are definitely not legit. Michael's email is Michael, it's MJ Maloney @managedsystems.com. So had they known that, I would have highlighted that as well. The signature is different. We have company-based signatures, so every email that comes out of all of our mailboxes are exactly the same. We just swap out the username and title. So the branding is the same across the board. So this signature is not legit. But yeah, I mean, this stuff happens. Some of these messages will get through because morcoservices.com is a legit mailbox. It's a legit company somewhere, I'm sure of it. I'm guessing that somebody took over this innocent at morcoservices.com mailbox and started flying out emails like crazy. And what they target companies that have maybe their C-levels posted on their website about who's the CFO, who's the mayor, that kind of stuff, and then they target those people. They don't necessarily target those people, but they use that information to target their accounting department. Maybe somebody that's not paying attention. So this stuff is it's pretty advanced. I'm glad our accounting team caught this one because they're asking for a grant here. Also, we're a small enough company that if we have a job posting, everybody knows about it. So we even use ZipRecruiter, but also it's a red flag for our. Token theft, we kind of talked about that already, but a lot of what they're doing, what they've been doing in the past was put this link to log into your 365 to reset your password, or your PTO has been updated. Click your new policy, you click on it, it brings you to a page that looks like the Microsoft login page. You put in your email address, you put in your password, takes your 365, your authenticator app, and you put that in, and now they've got that cookie like I was talking about. They can log in from anywhere. They don't have to put the password in ever again. Unless there's a time frame where it's it expires. The goal is there's a fine line between security and convenience because we don't want you guys to have to put in MFA 70 times a day, right? You should be able to log in once in the morning and be good for the day, if not the whole week kind of thing. So they've got that whole session and now they've got a whole week to do it like they want to. If you have a link from somebody that you've never seen before, maybe somebody you do know, they should have sent this kind of a link. Pick up the phone and call them. If you need to send this to me, is this for me? We've had that happen as well. We call someone like, oh yeah, I'm going through it right now. I'm currently calling 200 people to tell them not to click on the link. If they get 1 or 2 people out of that 200, click on that link, then they've got another 1 or 200 people to send more links on to. So it gets pretty it filters down to kind of everybody. MFA fatigue, we talked about that too, roll over overnight and just hit yes on that go button. If you do it, do not be ashamed. Don't swallow your pride a little bit. Give us a call so we can lock that right away. I've had people, we've gotten alerts on the back end. It was basically more reactionary, an alert that there was bad activity. By the time we get to the ticket and take a look at the logs and stuff like that, the damage is already done on some of this stuff, and we said I didn't click on it. So then it takes us even more to scramble to figure out what they did, how the bad guys get in, what have we got set incorrectly, what's going on here, only to find out a day later that they actually did click on the link. They admitted it, like we haven't closed the door to their manager, that kind of thing. So make sure you let us know so we can take care of it as soon as possible. That is all that security awareness stuff. Questions on any of it? Have you guys ever seen any of this stuff in, up here or at home at all? The phishing emails, stuff like that. So just delete. Pick up the phone. So we're implementing as many tools as we can for you guys. We want to make it easy and secure at the same time. So the stuff we have rolled out, you guys have an invite this week, for the, security awareness training platform. That's gonna also have that dark web monitoring platform built into it as well. Double check, but I think I've got those notifications if your email is found on the dark web, you're gonna get an email. Then I think you've got an email as well. So that she could follow up and say, hey, change your password, all that kind of stuff. All that.
So I just now start with questions. One thing that's happened pretty frequently lately is, okay, we all have the 365 email, 365 email address, that's the same as their old address, but people have forgotten their password. What's the best way to get that resolved?
So password reset requests will just come to us. You can email. The way of requesting your password to be reset, but IT support at managedsystems.group.com. So there's a ticket, get a ticket response number right away, or give us a call at our office. It's the 9020 number. I can give you something to pass out to people too. The coming soon for the 365 stuff is what we want to do is there's two different ways and I need to do it with that, but there's a self-service password reset where you can kind of email yourself like to a personal address to get your password reset or pick your phone to reset your own 365 password. We can also link it to your server and log in. So everybody's computer, when you're logging into your server account here, the password is the same for your 365. The only issue with that was not many right back. Change your password here so that it affects your 365. And on your phone, we're going to update everything there too. So right now, those are two different password databases. But yeah, to get it reset, give us a call. Probably get someone out right away.
And then we've also gotten the emails to say for like the training, and there's more than just 45 minutes of training in there. There's like hours of training.
Yes.
So maybe, I don't know if you can go into that site and show like where the training is and
Sure.
You know, what's the expectation? Because I think right now I'm rated poor.
Yeah, everybody is. I'm not.
Cheater.
Cheater.
700 or.
800 is the max, so don't say you're.
Oh, okay,
Would
maybe
you
you weren't
like if
cheating.
he's achieved?
Hey, having someone else.
Oh,
do it
wait,
for
you have-
Count.
You're
Sorry.
covered for it.
Do it myself.
So PII Protect is the security awareness training platform. It's also the dark web monitoring platform. There's a little bit of gamification in here. I'm sure somebody did some studies and saw that if you gamify and give it a leaderboard, it started competing and you know raise the whole tide, I guess. But I said earlier, assignment 2024 training, 2025 trainings coming soon. Those are longer annual trainings. The micro trainings by default, there's always going to be 80 of them available at every given time. If one falls off, another one gets checked. I've set a threshold, and I may have not had it set when you guys get your notifications this week of completing 10% of those. At any time you fall below 10% of completion, we're going to send you an email message. Say, hey, get out there, take some micro trainings. You can ignore them for 4 weeks and then go out and knock out 5 of them. We don't want this to be like an all-day thing where you're sitting here watching videos. And it's good because you're getting knowledge, right, about security and stuff like that, but you guys also have jobs to do. You don't want to sit here and look at videos either. So the threshold is very minimal. Like I also have it set, I think emails should only start coming. You guys already got them, but emails should only notify you after a couple of months of being outdated. Below that threshold. So as long as you have 8 out of 80 trainings done at any given time throughout the year, you won't be bugged. This stuff. Obviously, if you got time, go ahead and take some trainings and stuff like that and get more knowledge. If you learn something about it, you're like, oh, I wish we had something like this here, or how I was at home. Let us know. We try to help out with some of that stuff too. But yeah, the expectation is that you're doing them as they're assigned to you. You'll get a notification inside of Teams and via email that there's a new micro training available on this the subject. Go ahead and go and watch it. I'll admit that I deleted them. I just knock them out and hit it or something like that. Whatever. access to the platform. Take them at your own pace or whatever, not Jim said as far as pace required, but, they need reports. We'll log in and look at, the dashboard for the company to see progress and stuff like that too. This also shows where, people, if it's done, links that we've sent or emails that we've sent. The reports are all there. With the 365, you guys switch to, I think the majority was like 17 and 12 or something like that as far as the essential users or something like that. I think pretty much the office users, the users that have computers for the city have Office app. So everybody should be on the latest and greatest version of Office 365 apps. So Word, Outlook, Excel, PowerPoint, that kind of stuff. In the past, somebody had 2013, somebody got 2016, somebody had 2019, that kind of stuff. But now everybody has the same version and it's automatically getting updated with our patching software.
About that, when you're on the Office apps on 365, is it linking into our server or how does that work? So I think I went on, I was on 365 and did an Excel spreadsheet, but when it's saved, you're not seeing the S drive, you're seeing that it's,
Say with the OneDrive or Teams or SharePoint or something.
right,
Yeah.
and I don't think for our office work, that we still need to.
Yeah,
save our work
for
too.
sure.
So we're still on the apps that are on.
Yep, yeah, so I haven't switched to the online version of 365. Office 365 apps, when I say it, that's the installed apps on your computer. So everybody's gonna have the actual, the old, I don't say old traditional, it's still the way of Word on your computer, Outlook on your computer, on the web version of everything. You can also launch those apps from within. Microsoft's trying to make it easier for people to get to anything, anywhere. But I'm still of the mind that I like my big Word app, and big Outlook app. We've got more features, they don't have everything in the online versions quite yet. So if you're using the web version of Word or Excel or something like that, when you go to save, it's gonna only give you the option to save to the 365 kind of cloud. So my advice to you guys is if you need to be saving on the servers, use the actual app on your computer, and when you go to save as, you'll be able to choose the S drive and put your files wherever you want. Now, if at any point you guys go completely cloud-based, there's no S drive, you're gonna be saving the Teams, SharePoint, OneDrive, that kind of stuff. That's a whole another conversation. Because that, introduces some more complexity, and it also allows for that remote work convenience as well. But you guys have that capability now with the license that you have with 365. Teams, SharePoint, OneDrive are all available.
What file sharing capabilities is shared now as we're configuring?
I'm sorry, say that again.
As far as file sharing with Office 365. Because we're trying to discourage the use of passwords if we need to share something with a coworker.
Sure. So with your guys' 365 licensing, you can share passwords, or sorry, share files and such amongst them. You can share them as you normally would have on the shared drive, and it's only kind of this one in, one out, right? You can only one person can open it up, that kind of stuff. If you save it to OneDrive, you can share it to anybody in the organization. I discourage that because OneDrive is my stuff. I'm not sharing it with anybody else. Everything that's in my OneDrive is codes. It's in codes, it's codes. If you want to share it to anybody, put it into a folder in Teams or into SharePoint. Again, that's a SharePoint. Teams as a whole beast on its own. There's some trainings and the clip training stuff for you guys to watch if you want to learn more about sharing files and storing files and stuff like that in SharePoint. But it's absolutely possible to put stuff into the 365 cloud with the license level that you guys have right now and be able to collaborate on an Excel file that 5 people need to be in at the exact same time. Or a Word document. That kind
We have share. I don't even know because I don't use it. Do we have SharePoint available to the employees?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. with you guys'
Just
365.
regarding like the previous question, then
Yep.
the thing is, you use SharePoint because you can do it file folder or whatever level.
Yep, we've had some
The
clients.
S
that-
drive will go away. We are going to be going cloud-based at some point. So you
Yep.
will not have an S drive. You will have to use SharePoint.
Yep. there's ways to make it look like the traditional way, like the old S drive looked, where you had it in your file explorer and stuff like that. So this might not pertain to some of you guys that don't use the server at all, but for those that do, we can migrate data from the server into SharePoint, wrap security get certain things and stuff like that, and only even see what they need to see. But we've switched, we went completely cloud-based November of last year, I think October of last year. And there was definitely an adjustment period. I mean, we're a tech company, we still have a conversation with people.
Yeah, if you're using SharePoint and say you had that shared calendar for this room, whatever, two people can look at it at the same time, make edits, you can see who's editing in there. It's, you know, it's very flexible, very, very, very useful. Not that we're an organization that big that have that.
Sure.
Where I work every day, you could have 3, 4, 5, 10 people in the same file, but it's okay. You know, it's.
Yeah, I work on the proposals and stuff with Michael all the time. We're there at the exact same time when I'm at home. We can look at things at the same time on the phone and not have to wait for one person to get out. On this room, you guys book this room out, or how do you guys manage that right now?
Google Calendar.
Google Calendar. Is that because it's only people in this room book in the room? Or is
Yeah, you book it with the library.
the library needs access to it too? Okay, gotcha.
You know those people.
Yes, yeah. Yep, because you can set up I just was thinking through that, some of that stuff with the new level of 365, it's a lot more capability than what you guys can. Microsoft is buying these little companies that just roll in the features to their licensing. Which kind of brings me to clip training. I don't know if anybody's logged into that quite yet. But you will send an email with a link. It should also be in your Teams now as well. Where you can see your,
So he said.
it's called clip training. My admin dashboard, so I can see a lot more some of the other people, but also gamified. Somehow, somewhere, someone did some math and figured out that if you take this training to save the company X amount of minutes. I don't know where that comes from. And they increase their skills by 26%. I don't know where that comes from at all. But anything you want to learn, you can just type in like Word, search on it. And it's got old classes. There's 2016, 2019, 2021, Word 365. You see there's 62 lessons just about Word 365. And it says running time of 5 hours and 20 minutes. You have teams. The intent is that these lessons are like, they call it clip training for a reason. They want it to be like 2 or 3 minutes. You can kind of clip through, you can just resume where you left off the next day, that kind of stuff.
So is the clip training required or is it the other?
Clip training is not required. That's productivity training, we call it, which is about productivity training. So if you want to learn more about things, go out here, it'll walk you through the box. Everybody's, you know, for the most part, they're Googling things, right? Figuring out stuff. This has a lot of really good training. These people are Microsoft certified, and they put this all together. And they have little exams and quizzes and stuff at the end as well. And then as management gets more, if you guys want to, they start assigning out trainings for people. Say like, I need, everybody that starts needs to have basic Outlook, Word, and Excel training. It's maybe these 10 courses and it's an hour of stuff. You can also upload things in here, PDFs and up to read, sign off on, provide little quizzes and stuff like that in here as well. So as you guys get using, going like Jim was saying, going more cloud-based, you want to understand how to use Teams channels, how to use Teams calling, Teams for navigating Teams. Some of the stuff is like, this is 15 lessons and it's less than 30 minutes, so less than 2 minutes is almost. But there is a lot of stuff out here. And when you log in, you'll see kind of I think there's a course, I don't have it on here, or like new users to clip training. For things to clip through, so you know how to use clip training itself. Then it's kind of all up to you on what you want to learn. Questions on the security awareness training platform or the other clip training stuff? Are you guys seeing this in your teams? Is everybody using Teams? I guess should have said that.
Not really, we've been using the Zoom platforms, the Teams is,
Okay.
I've seen Teams because
Yep.
sometimes when you take attend trainings on teach.
Yep.
That's probably about the extent of it.
Okay.
Teams.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, sometimes Teams doesn't come with the Office app, so if you go on teams.microsoft.com, you can download the app. And then you log in with the 365 credentials, and you'll see exactly kind of what I'm seeing over here. The different apps, and you can add stuff if you want to add more things. You're kind of your frequent over here, but we have pinned the MSP training and the PII Protect over here for you guys. Yeah, we use it for chat, we use it for sharing files. Message board built into that as well. You kind of put the feeler out to the group, use it all the time with the text to say, hey, you see the group this, you can make your small right in there to the group chat. But this here over there too. And then one of the other things, with the new 365 that we're able to do is do shared mailboxes. It's used for like, accounting or, administrative stuff like that. In the past, there was always a separate mailbox that's being logged into. Maybe it was only allowed like another address on an existing mailbox, that kind of thing. Their mailboxes are free. Some people have done like an AP at cityofasbury.com.
So we have the Meadows has the shared mailbox.
Yep.
We've got a couple.
Yeah.
We have the info and
Okay.
the shared mailbox.
Sure.
Side.
Yeah, so it's, I mean, it's a super, super nice feature. We typically see it getting used when somebody like leaves that was in charge of that, of a certain mailbox. Give more than one person access to it. Training and teams. Password resets, visual access stuff. When the Microsoft's working on, we have a plug with your guys' organization right now for the email protection right now, so to be extra vigilant about the email until we can start getting those banners rolled out. Once I have that set, I'll send some communication out with that, so she can send it out to all you guys how to use it. The most important part of it is to report the email, so it doesn't go into like your spam folder. Questions at all? Issues with anything we can help out with while we're here?
Everybody's logged in.
Was ever to get on the phone too, like the Outlook app on your phone, check email, maybe you don't have to, I guess. The authenticator app and stuff like that. A little bit, if you guys have any questions, we'll be up here for a little bit longer. Take care of whatever you guys need. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.